I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Gerry.
Adrian Brody is like the 21st century Jeff Goldblum.
No. Because Jeff Goldblum, I don't mind watching.
Oh, okay.
Adrian Brody breaks my soul when I look at him.
Hey, it's Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
There goes our chance of having Adrian Brody on the show, Ken.
Not a guest.
Vin Diesel refreshes my soul when I see him.
When's that going to happen? Come on,
You know who
man.
I love is that Sting.
We're gonna book him in Never Ember.
Finn, you're going to have so much fun.
We need Melkor in
And
our...
I'm going to give you one of my famous hands-free back rubs the whole time we
and
play.
a nice wet hug.
Oshiatsu.
What did we miss?
Well, you guys
We didn't
miss
die.
anything.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we didn't miss anything.
You guys
What happened
nailed
last
it.
week is what I mean.
Yeah, so last week we pretty much spent the entire session solving the how do we get from this spaceship to the other spaceship.
Not everyone had to go through zero-G space.
Yeah, that's true. Sir Richard's still bitter.
Did you have to go through zero-G space? Did you have to go through the...
Let the record show he's pointing at Blackie.
No, I kind of had my shit together from the get-go.
Oh, shit.
He's rolling.
Oh,
he's
boy,
rolling.
He's rolling. We don't know what he's rolling for.
Jesus.
He's going to wait till he rolls a 20, then tell us.
No. Do I have to roll to backslap him in the face?
Yeah, but you have to tell me what you're doing first.
So he's mad, right?
Slapping him
Oh,
in the face.
shit. Oh, God.
Well,
18.
Oh, boy. All right.
are we done
With a
with
slap.
the recap? Are we done with the recap?
So-
We are now.
We can't even wait.
Yeah, well, we'll finish the recap in a second. I've been interrupted
We
by
had a lot of airlock fun, but
player
Richard's
character
very
drama.
Here, hold my blood.
There was some anger about how swiftly you departed from
So
the...
Richard is angry, and he slings a swing your way, and I think your armor class is not sufficient to evade this, so you might have to take this right on the kisser.
Sure.
So you take 3.
Oh.
3.
He only
3
has 13, so...
3. Yeah, that's
Take
a quarter.
that.
A paladin backhand is a quarter of the wizard's life. But he gives you. He's venting and he's frustrated that he had to go through the vacuum of space without a pressure suit
Well,
on.
hang on. How many times did I do that?
Do what? Go through space?
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, twice,
I just
okay.
want to, for the record.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I had ordered you to do that.
Speaking of orders, let's all have a quick chat before we go flying off with our pet blobs to a place that your teammates cannot follow.
Saving the day.
Sorry,
is
what
it's a
was
tough
that?
job.
I'm watching the ship you were on as it gradually falls into the giant red sun.
I think everyone has valid points here, but what Sir Richard was trying to say is that
Is this
he
Sarah
wanted-
or Mildred now?
This is Mildred.
Okay.
She's saying that he wanted a little more group conversation before you went to get the ship because it turned out okay, but there was fear that it wouldn't. And I think he's on an adrenaline high, frankly, right now, and that's what the from the
Definitely.
from the multiple near-death experiences.
More importantly, is there any black clothing on this ship? And can I get a scrunchie for my hair?
That was my second question.
I'm picking up my 20-sided again.
Oh, God.
That was a lot of in-party fighting.
Yes.
Is he
So
gonna-
Richard's just going to, like a slap machine.
So what happened?
Seriously,
okay, yeah.
I need a scrunchie for my hair.
So the conclusion of the recap is the party ended up signaling Blackie, who was unable to see the
My
hatch
beautiful long black hair.
from the exterior, and was also, unbeknownst to them, unable to dock. So they ended up solving the puzzle by having signaling with a daring zero pressure move on the part of Bart.
I couldn't help but notice your garbage.
Sir Richard.
That was super impressive. You're very brave.
And then literally doing a 2001 and lining up the skiff, the airlocks, and the group blasting themselves out of the large tower ship.
That was the sound of it.
Which is, at this point, a short 45 minutes or so from crashing into a nearby red giant star. Which, by the way, now that you're out of immediate danger and you can get a look at through the protective windows here, is pretty stunning. It's
Selfie.
like a 180 degree, nearly 180 degree circle of fire in the out the view.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I give Blackie his gift.
Is it another slap in the face?
Yeah.
No, it's the scroll.
A scroll and a star chart.
Real quick donor shout out before we
yep.
get into the actual game. Stephen, Koszarek, looks like Koszarek. He contributed 200 bones,
Okay, it was
200 doll
Thank you.
hairs,
Wow.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
and
sir.
$200.
kill on
Thanks,
sight
Steven.
zombie.
Thank you for the gold
zombies.
pieces.
Energetic,
Thank you, Steve.
really energetic killers. I'm trying to figure out what could that stand
Mnemonic.
for. Yeah, I don't know.
That was awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
dude.
Thanks, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you, Steven.
We'll have a little signed thing heading out your way. Thanks.
And
Let's get
Brian
in.
is going to detail your car in a thong.
That's not.
I thought you were still doing that, where everybody, if you donated more than $10, that you would go to their place.
Right.
You'd buy a plane ticket, eat a hotel room, rent a car.
You provide the copy of Warren's Cherry Pie to play because I don't have it on my iPod. So.
Can we start selling gift boxes that once opened, a gauntleted paladin hand springs out and slacks you in the face?
Okay.
How great!
Do that.
How great
We
would
do
it
have
be?
dice bags available. We talked about them last week, but
The mental
Nerd
image
poker.
of Brian sliding off like a Ford Explorer, like breaking his hip. While Warren's displaying.
With a thong on?
Yes. And the paramedics show up.
she's my cherry.
Just cut to Harvey Levin with the sippy cup. Ooh, Brian Posehn slipping at a car wash. A thong. I'm going to write that down. Sip, sip, sip.
All right, so yeah, you were handed a.
Actually, the star chart may be even more valuable than the scroll.
It is, for reasons which you guys don't know yet. The star chart and a scroll, a quick glance at it reveals that it's a spell. You'll have to sit and look at it for a bit to determine what it is, but
Could be learned.
it could be learned. This is we're
Sexy.
second edition now, so the scroll can either be read, so you can read the scroll and cast it, upon which it burns up.
Yeah, the scroll's gone.
But then, I mean, if it is like a 7th level spell, you would be able to use that once, or you can save it and write it into your spell book and use it later. But you wouldn't be able to cast that high level spell, obviously, for a long time. So it's up to you. It's savings versus it's sort of an investment. You can use it a lot later.
It's sort of like a T spell.
If it's a low-level spell, you could immediately put it in your spell book and be memorizing a casting.
Is it like slap back? Would that be a spell? A little slap back?
I can't hear him because all the blood in my ears.
No, yeah, you guys are. They look like zombies. There's blood coming out of their eyes and noses, mouths.
I'm drawing dicks all over them.
So you guys
totally helpless, like you
you
just got
guys
out
are
of
getting
anesthetic.
cleaned up. There's no black clothes on board this skiff for now, Damien. It looks like you're still stuck in your.
Of course there aren't.
I do have my Cyndi Lauper tour shirt.
She
Now-
was a Dark Lord.
You guys could be briefed a little. I'm going to let you do the briefing as to why the star chart could be super valuable, Blackie, regarding the damage to the ship.
We have enough juice on board to get us to make one trip. We have one jump here, so we have to pick where we're going, and we have to be very careful about it.
Yeah. There's a mechanism that there's crystals. 5 of the crystals in this ship are damaged, busted, or melted. One of them is still working.
They replaced the regular coffee in our warp drive with these crystals.
Yeah. Think of them more like, rather than fuel, think of them more like seized pistons, sort of. Like you could.
Weren't we closest to Glenishmore? Wasn't that the?
Well, you were relatively near. You'll have to consult the star chart, which I assume now that you. But by the way, the thrusters have, you've cut it in. You're no longer in. The tower is now.
Yeah.
Slowly flying away.
Can Blackie or Stargoyle or the ship? Can we ping on the Necromancer's ship? I'm not saying we make that jump, but are we tracking them right now? Is there any way to track them?
No. Now, you could, but and this is something that
we'll show up in Empire Strikes Back.
This is something that while I was sort of mentally role playing your trip, Blackie, I'm referring to. By the time you got back to the skiff, the escaping ship was no longer on the charts.
Okay.
So the assumption's that he's jumped, and fucking who knows where at this point. So this will have to be
we'll find him someday.
Yeah,
soon.
This will have to be a live to fight again another day situation for
Did somebody
both
put a
of you.
spider tracer on him?
Okay, so I guess the next step is the star chart. I
have selfish reasons for wanting to go to Glenishmore. I saw it in a great bit of pain.
Yes.
And you want to see your old friend Slappy.
Blackie will never forget the physical rebuke that Sir Richard.
What's Blackie's intelligence?
My intelligence is
on a 1 to 18 scale.
It's that's a 17.
I think that's
Smart.
pretty much burned into his brain forever.
Half elf, half elephant.
But maybe his intelligence helps him see both sides of the.
It might be actually because
story.
he took that shit like Elvish Jesus.
Like very much.
All right, so you cheek stinging. You take the star chart, spread it out across the controls, and you sort of start looking at it. You can see hastily scrawled marks on there, indicating the
producer notes.
Essentially, it looks like the beginnings of the calculations on the part of the necromancer for his jump, but it's incomplete. So whatever info is there is not enough to track him. He finished that either in his head or on board the ship or whatever. But you can see that this was something he was had hands on right up until the last moment. The rest is just it's as good of a 2D representation of sort of known space at least as far as the collectors are concerned. But it's only one sheet, so the coordinates available only give you essentially three solid options. One of them is known. That's the azure blue planet on which somewhere the kingdom of or the land of Glenishmore is located. The other two are worlds that you only know what you have on the chart to tell you. So one of them, it looks like it's a world, sort of a primeval world overrun by vegetation, and it looks like it had actually been passed over by the collectors as it.
That doesn't sound like a place we'll be able to repair a spaceship.
Didn't have, didn't have at least as far as they exactly, more like a Lost World type thing.
Am I familiar with when I look at Melavania?
So looking at the chart, nothing. But when he's describing them to you, none of them ends up being Melavania. No. Right. So the third one is.
I don't mean to harsh your Melavania.
The third one you're also familiar with. It looks like it's the gas plant. The gas planet has been clearly marked on there.
Also a difficult place to repair a spaceship, possibly.
We could go back and
do need gas.
see what happened there.
Or you could do a random jump. Not that I expect that choice to be
And end up in
made, 'cause
Dragonopolis.
You could, because that could literally end up with you just in open space. But you have one jump,
Or
to
even
go,
worse, Planet Hollywood.
and only three worlds with like a full suite of coordinates that could put you close. So
Knowing, and this is a question I have for you about Sir Richard, is there's something in his experience that would know that Glenishmore would be a place that we could repair the ship. I know this is technology that.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
That's sort of wishful.
Right.
Not wishful. It's optimistic.
We don't
thinking
fly
on the-
around. Look, Glenishmore is fucking rad, but nobody's flying around in spaceships.
But the gas,
Right.
the gas planet had that crashed ship.
I know.
So
that's
yeah,
gross, but
so
that was the nuke end.
but Blackie knows the most about these crystals. So the combination of all this knowledge ends up being you have
Where
to choose.
are the crystals?
Yeah, so the crystals you deem could be on any of these three worlds. They're not like it's not like a piece of tech. This is like a natural resource. So it's like it's not
Dilithium.
amethyst, but it's like the equivalent of finding whatever this element is, which I don't want to say just yet. But you could find these on any. It's more like a mining situation rather than a tech situation. Now, admittedly, on Glenishmore, you could have the help of your people. Then again, maybe on the raw wild worlds, there's more natural elements available. But it's all, I mean, it's up to you guys. It's wherever you want to visit.
Hey, have you seen any crystals like this on Glenishmore?
No. You've seen crystals that
Glenishmore has wonderful crystals. However,
It's a virtual Swarovski, I've heard. But
It's also
I mean,
rad.
it's-
But this
There's
is-
tons of skate parks.
Yeah, these
on
are also
Glenishmore.
not. This is also not things you would see like in a necklace fitting. This is like something that wherever you end up going, you'll have to do like you'll have to do some sort of quest like situation.
Huh.
Seems like Glenishmore would be the most fun.
I want to see Glenishmore. He
But
talks
the
about it
gas
so
planet-
much. It sounds so cool.
Yeah.
now listen, I just have to preface this by
Can you
saying
guys hear
it
my eyes roll?
it seemed like maybe Glenishmore had fallen on some hard times. So
Didn't it
I
seem
know
like
I've
all
spoken
of
a lot about
everywhere
the
had
beauty
them?
of
Yeah,
Glenishmore.
everything's falling on hard time.
Yeah.
He
We've
said
fallen on hard
everybody
times.
upon everybody everywhere.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a. The assumption is that wherever each of you are from is really gone to shit out of just a
Right.
pure.
I've
And-
never,
Hopefully
and we have
maybe-
also
never
gone to
wanted to
shit.
kill an old man as much as I.
Also, there's a
wanna kill
Mildred
old man.
clone on the gas planet.
Yeah.
True.
Since you guys just left the naked body there when we were back there.
You were really caught up in the clone's nakedness.
Well, I mean, it was an issue.
It was. Yeah.
And it's a free thinking like. It's no strings attached clone now. Now that
Jesus.
the soul fragment
right,
was
the
absorbed
soul
by
fragment is
Sparklet's.
gone, so-
You're not really.
Bottomless pit.
You're not
You should
really
watch
identical
Multiplicity just to see what's going on.
Somewhere out there, there's another Mildred.
Anymore. Was that movie that where Michael Keaton made me turn the TV off?
Yes. it
Oh
is.
wow, I remember that one. That was good.
All right, so what's the verdict?
You know what?
I vote
Yes, somebody
Glenishmore.
make a decision.
I vote Glenishmore.
All right, that's one in favor of
I'm
Glenishmore.
curious about Glenishmore.
What's Mildred say?
Mildred feels like she has to recuse herself because she has a vested interest in the
And the gas.
We'll
the
get
gas
to the
planet.
gas planet.
Okay, so but it's fine. She'll go along with whatever everybody agrees is the best.
Are you going to
chance of-
kill your clone?
I mean, it seems like that would be a good idea. Yeah, I would
You
probably
should
want to
kill
do
it
that.
and eat it.
No, first, yeah,
That's a really grim sort of murder look in Sarah's eyes right
know.
now.
Yeah.
It was a part
Like
of.
zero
I thought you were
fucks
going
given.
to ask if she was going to make out with her clone and then kill her.
That would be Brian.
That
if he
seems like
wasn't
more
so
of a
busy
Ken
role-playing
question than a
Damien.
Gerry
Suicide by
question.
Right.
murder.
By you, I meant the group in general.
Right.
All right,
Fair
enough.
what's
Rape
does
it to
Damien
death.
have a? What's Damien think? Just
Well, clearly I'll be outvoted. It doesn't matter what I think.
He wants to go to Hot Topic.
So he's a teenager.
Is there a
right?
Hot Topic on the map?
I just as soon jump into oblivion, but
Why don't you get back in the airlock?
I will follow the priest of booze to wherever he wants to go.
Does he look like this at all?
Skinnier.
That's how I picture
Oh my God.
Damien.
Ken just pulled a picture of himself as some weird goth clown. Blackie?
Hey, would Stargoyle have any?
flip my hair.
Here's what I was gonna say is I'm
But you
gonna
have
kind
bangs.
of ask. I'm gonna have a little powwow with Stargoyle. Ask him. Gonna go. Stuck-Upville, gas place? Question mark. Where are the crystals? Any idea?
He returns a very recognizable human shrug.
Okay. So he does a little Eddie Deason impression. Here's if we get to Glenish Moor and there are no more crystals, then our adventure stops. Unless we can steal another ship. Or you can talk to your friend
We
Bahamut.
we may have other. If we get to Glenishmore, there.
Do you have
there may
ships
be
on
other.
Glenishmore?
Well, not. I've not been in one like this, but
Right, no, yeah.
We just need crystals. Do you have dwarves? Do you have mines? Do you have faraway distant lands with weird treasures?
So this should be. This should come into, or I don't know. This needs to be said, but the coordinates you have is for the Glenishmore is like an Ireland on a planet. You know what I mean? It's the equivalent. So you have coordinates for the
if you
planet.
get me to the planet,
like Star
I'll
Wars, the whole
find the
planet
most
is that one thing.
I'll find the most beautiful.
it's
I'll find the most beautiful place on that planet.
there's a whole planet of excitement to be had at each of these destinations.
But it's mostly green.
We can
but it
jump.
doesn't- Wait, wasn't there that ship on the gas planet? That crashed ship?
Yeah. But it didn't have crystals. It had
Yeah,
technology that we weren't familiar with.
right.
And there's nothing to dig. I mean, if this is a crystal mining situation.
Yeah,
Pretty die.
Yeah, I don't think the gas giant is a
The gas
is a
giant could be
crazy.
problematic only because the shark people. I mean, where are we digging even?
And also, we haven't even talked about
yeah,
the
fucking
natural
shark.
wonders world, but there wouldn't be any collectors there
yeah.
and more of a chance of getting, whatever our
Definitely won't be a
But
spaceship.
if we
there.
don't find anything, we're stuck.
Yeah.
Listen, there are
Well,
worse places.
You can't
to be
look at it like
stranded.
that. What a glass is half empty, half
No.
like glass is half elf.
I'm
Yeah,
being
we're stuck in a beautiful
it's-
land
you're
where we can
stuck-
all
you're
retire.
stuck in-
But you're right. Yeah,
Glenishmore or
wherever you
Primeval
go,
World?
wherever you
Primeval.
go now, you're stuck intergalactically until the ship.
You're never
is
stuck.
The Marshall, Will, and Holly
guys.
didn't seem that happy.
You're
Let's
never
just, we
stuck
know we're
in
going to go to
Glenish-
Glenishmore. Let's just go.
It's a fucking license
Okay.
plate
We're just,
frame.
aren't we? That's just what's going to happen.
You're never stuck in Glenishmore.
We could
That's the best Irish.
It was
There's
inevitable
only
that we
2
would end
votes
up
for
in
Glenishmore.
Glenishmore.
I feel like if we get stuck somewhere, Glenishmore is the best place to get stuck because at least there's people there,
Right.
possible help. If we go to a primordial world, it'll be nothing except primordial.
Relaxing.
Why is it relaxing to you?
I don't know. It's like a tropical vacation.
No, it's like
you
giant
ever seen
bugs
Jurassic Park?
and fucking.
Yeah, it started pretty awesome. It was
Carnivores
a relaxing
everywhere.
vacation.
I'll
And
give
as
you
I
that.
recall, that's what Jurassic Park was all about.
The beginning
Duh.
was pretty epic.
I didn't see the rest.
But there's
of it,
also there's slee stacks all over the place.
Yeah, and horrible animation. And if you kill a butterfly, it's completely going to screw up the future.
We should do that. We should kill a butterfly and save ourselves.
I like it.
Let's go to Glenishmore.
All right.
All right, what's the verdict? What's the verdict?
I'm
Enough,
more,
John.
More decided on Glenishmore.
All right. Mildred's.
It's obviously Glenishmore. Let's just fucking do it. Come on.
All right. Blackie, you're the pilot.
All right, next stop, Glenish Moor. I'm gonna turn that little crank on the front of the bus.
Sounds great.
All
The
right.
Simpsons are going to Glenish Moor.
Once the decision has been made, there's not a lot of preamble to this thing. You punch in the punch in the coordinates.
I turn away so that maybe you guys don't see a little tear fall out of the corner of my eye.
Oh my God, that's
Oh my
adorable.
God, you guys, Richard's a pansy.
After all this time,
Yeah, did you need to take a break, Brian? Or
Yes, let's take a break.
yeah, I mean, Damien. He's still Damien.
We're back.
All right, let's do this. You guys are getting ready to jump. Sarah stepped out. It's getting a little late in the evening, but the rest of us are going to carry on here. You're punching in the coordinates for the world that Glenishmore is located on, Blackie. You do that with the help of Stargoyle.
And Chekhov.
Without hesitation, you engage your final light jump, faster than light jump.
Flight attendants prepare for arrival and cross-check.
You guys feel the moment, that sort of equilibrium lurch as the ship crosses a massive amount of space in zero time, and the viewport is just suddenly filled with a blue-green orb. White cotton clouds far below you fill the screen. You're looking down on somewhere down on that world is Glenishmore. Finding it could be a little tricky, but you're looking at the world now.
You're not looking with your eyes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Do I have to look with my heart or something?
You guessed it. When we get there, we can paint like a cool fantasy thing on the side of the spaceship too. I know some guys.
All right.
Okay. You know, it'd be great is some is like some Frazetta.
Yeah.
Like that Molly Hatchet cover.
All right. So using there's the faint smell of sort of like
fire.
No. Just like when a sword is being forged.
Smithed.
When a sword is being forged and it's plunged into the cooling water, there's that sort of acrid metallic smell. You smell that, and a quick look back in the trunk shows that that sixth crystal is like turned into ash and vapor. So you still have the standard drives. And you start to sort of swing slowly around the planet, sliding gracefully beneath you as you're looking down. Now we're in sort of gravity territory where you're looking down on the coastline. And
I'm gonna look for the white coasts and hope that they're visible from.
So you look, and there's chunks of this world that you think even the Glenishmorians have never seen. You're staring down.
Well, why would you? I mean, we're in Glenishmore.
Yeah. So you're staring down at topography that's like the forests that are.
When we get to Stockton, the grandeur of the buildings, the roads that stretch into the suburbs. Stockton.
Yeah, so you're staring down at.
The place sounds amazing.
Massive, land formations and stuff. There's mountains like needles. You can't see really except for the shadow they're casting from here.
There's the Quiznos.
You're glued to the window, and it takes we'll say it takes
as long as
18, 24 hours even. Wow. You guys have you're just staying up. Everyone else is sort of taking shifts and trying to re-heal, which, by the way, thanks to Damien, you guys can all fully restore your hit points over the course of the time you by the power of Judas are able to restore everyone if you want to, Damien.
Yes,
okay,
I do.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so at the end of that first day and night, though, you're rubbing your eyes. You're seeing
because it's so pretty.
Yeah, of course.
Is this when he wakes up completely webbed to his bunk?
So he has not fallen asleep yet, and he's showing signs of exhaustion. But the sun is rising and setting every hour from where you guys are orbiting. But you do see at the end of that, the 25th, 26th hour, you rub your eyes and you see far down below the coast with the glistening white ribbon that you are fairly certain. It's hard to tell from here for a man of this era if that's it, but you're fairly certain that this is the ballpark. So you point it out to Blackie, and you see it down there.
I don't know what a ballpark is, but
No.
if it is a
kind
sign
of
of
Frank.
assurance,
Yeah,
It's
they plump
in-
when you cook them.
It's in the right courtyard. More awesome.
Oh, here we go.
Jesus Christ.
I live it. Right?
Okay, so you looking down,
This is
you
my island.
you can see. Yeah, I'm going to show you what you can see here.
Is it a big dick?
Dick Island,
It's a wiggly dick.
formerly Key West.
is that Penn
Have you ever had
Island
wiggly
or
dick? It's a
Penis
really
Land?
good dessert.
You see see an island. He's pointing out. Looks like a heavily not forested, but like a bright green. Looks like rolling plains with a
That's-
ribbon of white sand on the
That's the land I left my heart in.
western edge.
And-
Hooray, your
and-
beloved
and-
Gwynethmore.
and
You
my
must be so happy.
and my hand.
So it's like a little island, sort of nooked, almost like it broke off from the coast. The coast on the other side of it is also green, and the other thing that helps you identify this is that green turns into a massive range of mountains to the east, and beyond that range of mountains, which you're familiar with those mountains, and beyond that, you know that there is like an arid, like a high desert. And you see like a huge plain of wasteland on the other side of the mountain. So generally the massive landmarks line up. The mountains are pretty rough, but you've visited on occasion. The wasteland, though, is not a place you
I would not want to touch down there.
you convey that it's a hot LZ.
Would I have any knowledge of like sort of a mining concern, like whereas if I were flying to Earth,
That would
and
be
going
the
like,
mountains.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But
You'll
but
have-
is
you
there
don't
a
know anything
city that I can sort of take us to where like if you were like, oh, we need to do some mining, I'd go, oh, we need to be near West Virginia.
No, not so much. The mining is done in like smaller outposts for you, and this will be things that you already know.
Right.
But the mining is like smaller outposts, so your best bet is to land in the city or visit
Yeah.
the city of Glenishmore,
Yeah.
in the land of Glenishmore.
We should go to
and
Glenishmore
there
anyway.
get guides, and that is located on the west side by the beach.
I have a Zagat guide.
Wait, so there's Glenishmore. There's a city of Glenishmore within it?
There's
Is it like
yes.
New York, New York?
Yes, that's
Exactly.
exactly.
Glenishmore, a hell of a town.
So
And also a land.
from this angle, though, you can
Place so
see
nice
that
they named it twice.
the sort of the foothill, the rugged foothill area that leads up to the mountains, you're able to see much farther north and south than you think that you've ever heard of anybody exploring anyway. And you can see that to the north, predictably, everything turns very Arctic. And to the south,
And the
you can't
rents.
tell. It looks like some type of forest, but to the south it becomes very vegetated. Could be like a jungle situation farther towards the equator. But,
Irish jungle.
you don't know anything about the Arctic area or
That's
the
where Jamireland is down in the south.
or the rainforest area. So
From Ireland, huh?
and to the west of Glenishmore, there's a sea, and on the other side of the sea. You're familiar with the land over there, and that's sort of it's essentially like natives. It's like a lot of natural resources over there too, but it's sort of untouched, and there's just outposts. Glenishmore has sent ships over there. It's only inhabited by animals and native people, which you guys are spreading the good word, obviously, of Glenishmore to the locals.
Glenishmore's sounding a tiny bit racist, which you have to expect for some societies to have that to sort of get ahead. And then now you can let some of that go.
Sounds like it's a metaphor for Britain.
Is it racist, though, to want to spread such amazing good news to these
All over
fucking
the-
idiot savages?
To the savages.
Okay, so that's what you see. He spots it for you,
What's
and you can start to just bring it in.
where do we want to land? Do we want to touch down to Burbank or LAX? We wanna do
Burbank.
Long Beach.
Much easier.
Are we gonna? I mean,
I would sort of like to. I believe that we could, get help in terms of securing the ship, and obviously things changed. I could be caught off guard, but the members of the other paladins of the city of Glenishmore, will. I think rally to our cause when they hear about how important it is.
There's a dock, like a waterfront, right?
Yeah.
We should maybe put this thing down in the water and then bring it in like a boat so that we don't freak out your fellow primitives.
How dare you? It's not a bad call, although. Is there any chance that the damage of the ship could flood it and sink it?
No, it would have decompressed in outer space.
All right.
All right.
boated
Sorry, I
in.
was writing a little letter to myself. All right, so you start to head in, heading towards the city of Glenishmore, in the land of Glenishmore. Glenishmore.
Please tell me there's a Glenishmore Avenue.
It's a boulevard.
It's like Peachtree Street in Atlanta.
Gingerly, you sort of ease mindful of the ship not being at 100%. You start to ease the craft down.
And can I ask a technical question about the ship? Is the crystals, obviously we have 5 or 6 on board, which may or may not have resulted in 5 or 6 jumps. However, is this a thing that we can change in space if we had a bunch of the crystals to sort of say?
Yeah, so it's not a jump per crystal. That's not how it worked. It's more like think of them like pistons.
Got it.
So yeah.
All right. So we could then bring more of the crystals, I guess. We could repair what we have, but then if we want to be greedy, we could sort of put some away.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this thing sort of like an immediate problem? Is it causing any?
Not immediately, but it's
a noticeable thing.
It's as soon as you hit the upper atmosphere. It's nothing too terrible, but it's just something that
Noticeable.
All
right.
Our DM has handed Blaine a note, and Blaine is absorbing the note as Blackie Green.
That's right.
I think we must have backed over one of those parking chocks.
Oh,
Threw it out of alignment a little bit. So it might be we might want to, I don't know, maybe sort of brace for crash position just in case. So you guys want to sit down? I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign back on. You can keep watching Big Bang Theory with the sound turned
At
down.
least I saw Glenishmore before the end.
And so far, you guys, I mean, there's nothing. You're getting a very sort of calm
What's
announcement
Stargoyle
from
doing?
the Stargoyle's up in the cockpit, busily helping Blaine. His chirping has gone a little quiet, though. They seem to be concentrating.
Oh, Stargoyle.
Yeah, we put our shirts back on.
Is there any? There's no real jump seat, right? Put our shirts. Can we could use rope use and lash ourselves?
You need me to web?
no, yeah,
I
there's-
can web you guys to something
No,
again.
there's seats. There's seats that you guys can sit in the sort of the room back.
I
the
pray for safe landing.
locker.
I feel like your praying is what's doing us in.
These sarcastic prayers.
So Blackie, you
I love
continue
you so much, God.
You continue very
You
very
feel good? Are
Brian.
you enjoying the healing?
You continue to very gingerly ease this thing in. Now you're like, what's his face? Well, not
John
yet.
Holmes?
You're and as you're hitting what you know, the rest of these guys don't quite understand the physics fully of the situation. But as you're hitting the upper edges of the air surrounding this planet, you start to feel a little resistance, and the controls start to kick back a little uncharacteristically. Normally you would just be able to
Yeah, zip
sort
right
of.
in.
Yeah, you just you wouldn't need to worry about re-entry because the thing's in control. But as you start to sort of head into this, you feel it starting to buck a little and the speed escalating. It's nothing. It's not a runaway train yet, but you realize you're gonna have to.
You're using the word "yet" a lot.
You're gonna fly this thing. You're gonna have to fly this. So
I'm gonna sing "Goodnight Saigon." I hope that helps.
yeah, as you're singing and strapping yourselves in, you feel the first as the ship jumps about 6 inches, followed by like about 10 seconds of
Our luggage everywhere. That baby woke up.
everyone finishes strapping themselves in and is praying and singing and doing whatever they need to do. Ken hates plane turbulence because
I'm really not a fan of this at all.
Ken's had an experience, but that's a story for another time.
Glenishmore will catch us in her bosom.
Bart could give a shit, but Ken
Yeah.
fucking hates this shit.
Well, you've been in 2 air crashes.
The ship noses in. It's nosing in a little bit hard, and you're realizing you're going to have to sort of spiral this thing down to keep it from just diving in.
Henry Blake style.
And you and Stargoyle are now like fully on pilot duty. And you see the front of the ship actually starts to sort of get that re-entry shine, which you're not concerned about. It's built to withstand, but normally it never even hits this point with the way the ship is built.
Maybe
you guys
there's,
start to
another piece we could put on the front. Some nice Glenishmorian marble.
the thumps and the crashes become almost like the regular flight at this point. Just
I'm glad Amarth isn't here because he would be trying to have sex with Mildred.
oh boy. Flying in. So you start to realize, as you're going down, you're gonna do your best to get
This
it.
Amarth sounds delightful. It really is such a shame that we never crossed paths.
By the time you get down to where you can see structures and roads, you're having to physically. You're sweating. You're having to physically struggle against.
Am I
the
doing this
controls
like?
on this.
Do you need help on the stick? Not in the.
No, there's nothing you could do at this point. You're in Blackie's hands fully. So,
Sir, please turn to your seat and keep your seatbelt fastened.
Let's take a quick break before we maybe die. We're back.
all right, all right.
He's shaking his head so much this episode.
I know.
So, Blackie, we're
People
gonna.
can't see you do that.
We're gonna.
I know, but
I love
I don't
it.
want to interrupt the whole time. And
I fucking love it.
We're gonna make a series of rolls right now, Blackie.
Okay.
And these will determine
I roll my eyes first.
the odds
a
of
20.
survival and where you end up.
the odds of survival. Always
Okay.
with Sark with the odds of survival.
So first off, make a strength. You'll need to make a strength check, which is the rough one, and then an intelligence check.
Okay. 15, my strength is 11.
Okay, so
Oops.
that's no go.
And my intelligence is 17, and I rolled an 18.
Oh man! All right. No, that's not Doom.
Shit
This
and
isn't
shadow.
Doom. You feel fairly confident about your ability to set this thing down. There's the outside chance that you just auger it in, but these are more
can I
about
adjust
accuracy.
the rear view mirror to use my charisma?
Okay. So you now. I'm gonna draw on my map here.
These are like Amarth rolls.
This is the dice you're going to roll on the next one was determined by there was 3 options. There was if you succeeded on 1, if you succeeded on 2, or 1, 2, or 3 based on which rolls you made. So if you didn't make any of them, you're getting the lowest odds. So you're going to literally roll right now to see where the ship's going down, and then we'll deal with surviving the actual crash.
One's
So-
not the ocean,
The
right?
actual crash.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh no. This thing is. something about the damage is coming apart when you hit the sort of resistance of the atmosphere. So you're gonna try and your priority now is to get everyone down alive, and second priority is keep the ship intact. All right. So here, let me finish drawing out this chart. We're gonna go 3, 2, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to be rolling a 12-sided. All right. Through.
It's my 12-sided that I made myself out of some dough. It's chocolate chip cookie 12-sided.
This is 3 through 9.
I usually fill up on these.
So I'm just drawing up a map right now that will show exactly where his options are.
This is starting to remind me of that movie Enemy Mine.
You ugly.
No, you ugly.
God, I cried every time I watched that movie.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's about two men in love.
With special
just saying
effects.
6 through 8, and this will be 9 through 12. All right. So we're going to roll a D12. So I've rolled up a map here.
9 to 12 is the Inland Empire.
1 is so you guys
Holy
can see.
shit.
And then I'm going to describe it to you. Describe it to the listener. So 1 and 2 are a water landing. 3 through 5 is the that's 3 or 5. 3 or 5 is the Arctic. 6 through 8 is the mountains / wasteland. It could be either. We'll flip a coin for that. And 9 through 12 is the southern forested area. 4 is you're actually able to bring it down on the actual island of Glenishmore.
And kill half of the population.
And just so you understand how the odds in my mind were working, if you had succeeded on 1 roll, it would have been a D8. And if you succeeded it on 2 rolls, it would have been a D6. So.
Okay.
But for now, this is the chart. So everyone listening, they're hoping for a 4 on this roll of a D12.
And then almost it doesn't matter after, but we don't want a 1 or 2.
Well, yeah. No, you just don't. Really. You just want to live. He's most likely going to be able to land this thing. So.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah, but a water landing.
I want to live.
All right, here comes the pilot.
This dash roll brought to you by focaccia bread, ruining regular bread. Thanks, focaccia. Focaccia bread. 3.
A 3. All right, that puts you in the north, up in the north. Okay, so spiraling down. It looks like if someone was on the outside, you would look like a meteor was carving like a DNA helix in the sky. Just.
And I can't make any more checks.
Not on this one. We're gonna roll right now on the landing to see how we do. So this will be.
Guys, what if we're the thing? We're the start of the thing.
Oh my god.
This will be the same rolls. The strength, pure strength, is just the craft physically fighting against you, and then intelligence with you being able to judge landings, quick, instant, microscopic decisions to get this thing landed. So 2 checks. Right. Each check you succeed improves your odds.
All right. My first check is strength check, which is a 3.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. What's your strength?
It's an 11.
Okay, cool.
And my second strength, this is an intelligence check, and that's a 14.
Yeah. All right, he made both. So on second edition, we're just doing real. I like to just do real general stat checks sometimes with penalties if something's really challenging, or in this case, like a double stat check. So he needed to roll on a D20 under or equal to whatever his stat was. So he succeeded on both of those. All right, so as the ship gets down near the ground, it just starts to be almost uncontrollable, and it's all you can do to just keep it upright-ish and get the nose up as you sort of drift out over the foothills, up over the sort of the frosty wastelands, and you end up bringing the thing into a relatively horizontal landing. I'm going to roll right now just a pure random percentile. Here, and I'll grab the dice tray there. And I'll roll this out there for you guys. So there's a 10% chance
of total fatality. I know what you're going to say.
No. He succeeded in his checks. He's
Yeah.
bringing it down. There's a 10% chance that the ship is going to be that repairing the ship will no longer be an option. You guys, your adventures will continue here. But there's a 90% chance, due to his succeeding on those rolls, that he's going to be able to keep the ship in a reparable state. All right, so 0 to 10 is bad. Anything above that is okay. 37 I rolled, so you're good.
All right, cool.
So you guys, every muscle is strained as the ship...
Which is 2.
Yeah, you guys... come into it feels like the wheels came off of a wagon at full gallop. The thing is just outside the windows. Up in the front, you see Blackie and Stargoyle bracing themselves against the control panel, and just dirt and snow sliding up over the windows, and that seems to go on for an eternity. It's only maybe a 20-second slide. And when the ship finally grinds to a halt, everyone's okay. You can't see anything outside the windows. There's just mud and silt and frost
Thank
up on the
Judas.
windows.
Honestly, Glenishmore is really nice. You're just seeing
So
it,
far, I
not
love
a-
it.
Not a great angle.
Yeah. Where's the hotel?
So, you estimate that you are several hundred miles off course, but you know exactly
Several hundred miles off course.
you know exactly which direction it is. You're not necessarily lost, at least in this region of the planet. I'm getting a note. I'm getting a note from Damien. So yeah, you guys are landed.
Well, we should keep your seatbelt fastened until we get to the terminal. I'm going to maintain and follow through with my airline pilot theme.
Yeah. So what's the play? You guys are.
We may not be returning here for a little while, so let's gather up all the weapons, ammo, and supplies.
Dig our way out.
We'll make a very detailed map. It should be on everyone's body in case we don't.
Should we
all
send
make
up a
it back.
signal flare of some kind?
I don't
It's
think any. I
hundreds
don't
of
think.
miles.
I don't think anything this far out would get spotted.
God damn this fucking Glenishmore.
Perfect.
I'll take a lot of grief. This is Sir Richard saying that he'll take a lot of grief. That's,
Yeah.
Hey, you know
really
what?
glad
I did vote to
You
come
guys,
here.
you guys are still alive.
Yeah,
You're still alive.
We've been through a lot of
Hooray,
shit.
I'm
Any-
really glad that we all unanimously decided to come here and it all worked out.
Me too.
Well, that's what happens when you fly standby.
with our check engine light on.
Hold on.
That's
I'm
what happens when you
composing,
get your engines built in Czechoslovakia. Remember that country from the 20th century? Anyone? Czechoslovakia.
Hey, making ancient geographic references.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with
All
the
right.
Congo, everybody? Remember the Congo? Whatever happened to that guy?
Okay, so you
Istanbul
guys
was
gather
really-
up. You guys gather up goods
And services.
and services,
And review them on Yelp.
and no one wants to crack the door.
Oh, I'm
and take a
cracking the
peek?
door.
Okay, all right.
Front row's exit first, because it always sucks when somebody tries to get past the other.
Get over
Fortunately, the door works just fine. The temperature in the
Hooray,
in
at
the-
least we're not all trapped in here.
We're gonna need some furs and shit.
Yeah.
Stay warm. enough to
yeah,
get-
the temperature in the skiff drops instantly about 10 degrees.
Well, and it's night, correct? Or what time?
No,
of
no,
day
it's
is it?
daytime.
day.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
there any? Yeah, is there anything that blanket wise on the ship or cloth or seat covers?
Even with the biting winds, it may help to put up Sparklet's shield.
over your faces. Yeah.
I would like to fashion some sort of umbrella because I so loathe the daytime.
I kind of hope a
Fucking
Yeti.
Tim Burton over here.
I kind of hope a Yeti eats you.
I say we all walk in a giant group hug.
Yeah,
Stay
it's
warm.
not a. It's
I've
not like.
told you yet, but I could communicate with the Yeti if there is such a thing.
There are some wonderful creatures in the frozen wastes
So
above
Richard has heard
Glenishmore.
tales.
Well, I cannot wait to meet them.
He's sounding sort of like a butler now.
It's like Oscar Very Wild.
It's Higgins.
It's,
I don't know any of these references.
it's what's his name from Arthur.
Maybe I should have gone with Oscar Zach Wilde.
for you too.
Yeah, so when you get outside, there's not
John
like
Gill,
a
great.
I'll alert the media.
It's not like a shrieking blizzard. It's just freaking cold and rugged. So when you pop your head out, you're looking at. Think of like the
Some of the warm furry monsters.
Yeah, think of like the areas in March of the Penguins. You know, like the plain. It's like you're not in the middle of a mountain range. This isn't like Game of Thrones Northland area.
like Surf's
It's more
Up?
like coastal Antarctica. Picture that.
Yeah.
There's like
Surf's Up,
sheets
great
of
movie.
ice. In the distance, there's mountains, but it looks you're essentially in a snowy desert
Snowy desert?
with the hope of Glenishmore.
That's a sentence that takes a right
lying
turn in the middle.
far to the south.
It's a mislead.
We need to. We should start walking for Glenishmore.
desert.
We should try and hunt. We should try and get some skins
Fur,
and
warm,
some health.
warm
Yep.
fur.
Yeah, this will be a survival situation pretty much.
We can
immediately. So
build
you'll
a shelter.
You'll need food and
My shelter building skills are nil. So that'll be fun. I can start a fire though.
Yeah, we should grab if we can
Any
anything that will
flammables.
burn, moss,
Yep.
twigs.
Yeah.
I was in the Glenishmorian youth scouts, so I have some experience.
Oh, you've been raped. That's terrible news.
Sir Richard,
long,
Sir Richard.
awkward silence from Sir
Yeah.
Richard on that.
I
Yeah.
guess
What do
it
you,
is.
it's all
Chicken
part of
everything.
your paladin training, I guess. That's what I heard anyway.
All right, so yeah,
Somebody
you
palled it in.
guys prep, and are you setting out immediately?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Set out and set up a shelter, I would say. Unless you want to use the...
I thought we were
it's
gonna
daytime.
March,
Yeah, you're right.
March towards
You're right.
Glenishmore.
Yep.
You've got, as long as you're here, you've got the ship as a shelter, but you
Right.
guys are gonna have to seal it up. And
What time of day are we at?
Yeah, I was about to say. If it's,
midday.
Midday?
Yeah,
Okay.
we should maybe. Do you want to like
could-
crash here and
Yeah, we
strike out
could-
in the
yeah,
morning?
That's what I would say. Make the most of the sunlight.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna hang out here and leave
At
once,
dawn.
Yeah, at dawn. Okay.
Do we hear any animals?
But we might be able to make good use of the time if we can hunt, we can trap, we can do those sorts of things. So we should scout around.
Okay. So you
We're
have
looking for moss, things to carry that we can set a fire with at night because
Or trees
the
to
nights
cut down and make, firewood.
Okay. So you go outside. Yeah, you're looking for. You have to actually range fairly far, and you're careful to not become lost in any sort of haze or mist or anything.
Snow
that-
blindness.
that crops up. Again, you're not in the middle of like a shrieking blizzard, but you could see yourself easily getting. You have to treat it like a desert, sort of. So, you
A snowy desert.
you find.
It's a desert. That's snowy
you do
desert.
find some scrub you could use for fire,
I don't... Never mind.
and
I don't need no scrubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody was going to start singing
Terrible.
TLC.
The only-
Everyone was looking around going, who's going to do it?
Does that mean
the
we
only
could set
sound,
Zach Brown
I
on
almost
fire?
did. I almost did it.
the only sound periodically, at least by day, is like there's like almost explosive sounding creaks as like ice is shifting and.
Good thing I have a magical weapon that will shoot ice.
Your radius of search for firewood yields enough for like a fire you could run for a night. About.
I mean,
Okay, good.
but you
we
don't
should-
find any water. You don't find any like
We can make
coast
water
or
out of
anything.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that in
You learned
being
that it,
born.
Yeah, you learned that in your mouth class.
No, I was just referring to like the coast and like the ocean. You don't see that, so
I
you're,
took
you're
AP
definitely
mouth.
inland a little bit. But
Sophomore mouth.
yeah, you guys
Should we
you
head
got-
out to the coast and have a good time?
Was that Damien doing?
Damien
You get a new impression.
Wow, that's a new best impression.
I'm sort of picturing a goth Cumberbatch.
So you guys call
I
it.
fucking love Sherlock.
Did you just start?
I just started.
the best.
I'm so in.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the first episode and I like.
How far are you in? Just one?
No, I made it through the first one.
First season.
The first episode.
Okay.
What else do you like from 2010?
Shut up, Dick.
I can tell you some other things.
Yeah.
You know what I
just
love?
wait.
You know what I love in 2010 is that cameo appearance by Keir Delay.
I'm also I'm way behind on TV. But anyway,
So before we wrap up, then you guys spend the evening.
By the
Trying
way,
to
I was
explain who Keir
going.
Delay is.
Well, I thought we were going to save the firewood, though. If we can go back in the ship and use the ship's warmth, we're
Collecting.
stockpiling.
Okay. All right. You guys spend the night in the ship.
do I see or hear any animals?
Yeah. So at night you do hear distant.
Ice monsters.
It sounds like howling. It sounds like wolves. But it sounds like it's a ways off.
Can you summon them and
still a little
turn
eerie.
them into burgers?
Burgers and jackets.
I can speak with them. I can communicate with them, but they have to be closer.
Will they sacrifice themselves into burgers and
We
jackets?
could try that. But
Maybe
we're
one
gonna
of
have
them's
to wait
wearing
till
a
next
dark
week.
cape.
Yeah. In the morning, one more thing before we go. In the morning, you guys wake up, and when you crack
All
the
of our pants are
door,
gone.
you see there's like your footprints have been erased, obviously,
My
just by
butt
the
hurts.
normal wind and everything. But some odds and ends of bits of the the shrubbery, the dried up shrubs that you had found, were sort of scattered around. And a sort of a quick recon shows that the ship has moved a good 80 feet over the course of one night. So
Holy
things
shit.
that you left just outside the door are 80 feet away. So you're
on
on
a berg.
you're on a shifting sort of ice field, which
a problem.
which will add a bit of a challenge.
That's a big
to the-
problem.
You know what we could do?
Navigation.
We could put a magic item inside and then ping to it.
Could do that, yeah.
Ping.
Ping with detect magic eventually.
Yeah, I think that's only 60 feet range, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
okay.
they're like
As a
just
last-
as a
down
last
the-
resort.
yeah.
Yes.
As a little black
If
box,
we
a
come
magical
back,
black
yeah.
box. Yeah,
But
yeah. you
well,
can do
then
that.
we really have to put a flag up over this thing.
Yes, indeed. Otherwise, it's going to get buried. Oh, you know what? I can always have Stargoyle just take a little, a screen grab.
Mental.
Do we have
map.
any shot, sort of operating the ion engine? Whatever the lower class engine is, if we can maybe repair that to fly back inside the atmosphere before we stake out or strike out from here.
No, not as it stands right now.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Right-
been sort of trying to. Me and R2 have been making a sweep.
So
on that
it's
side.
definitely it's not so much the engine; it's any sort of control. Right now, the engine will turn on, but it's like a missile right now.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to come back with more knowledge, more parts, and possibly more teammates or henchmen or NPCs or something to help too.
Okay.
Depending. All right.
All right, well,
We
that
have
was
some
that was a
thinking to
fun
do.
one.
yeah, it's a good
We
one.
made it. Blaine, where are you? Oh, you've got the writing job. No stand up in November.
No, I'll be announcing a roller derby for the Derby Dolls on November 9th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a-
that already happened.
oh, it did?
How'd it go?
Oh, you should have been at the roller derby. It was amazing. Beatles reunion.
I will be in Calgary for one show.
A great place.
On Friday. Yeah, Calgary, Canada. I love it up there. And
Putain.
then place I really, really one of my favorite places on the planet, Vancouver. And sadly, I'm only there for one day. And we'll be doing a comic book signing. You can go to my website, and I'll tweet about the name of the. Of course, escapes me right now. of the comic book store I'll be at, and the name of the club will be
Yeah.
on my website too.
And then we have a couple signings in Southern California too.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
be
the
back.
week of
Black Friday,
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
So that's still coming up. But Black Friday will be at
Black Friday in Alhambra at the Comic Cellar, and then the next day, Saturday,
Jerry will be at Beach
I'll
Beach
be
Ball.
at Beach Ball Comics with.
Hopefully, I
Remender.
can make it by 2. If not, I will be at Yo Gabba Gabba with my kid. Come by and yell at him.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Thanks.
Bye.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com